Today I'm going to be showing you what probably is the most OP PvE build, and actually a very good PvP build as well. Now, I yesterday ran through New Game Plus, fucking have it on my channel, literally killed every boss within one death or less, besides the Light Reaper, which I kind of got stuck on a little bit, had to relearn the fucking moves. But he was the only boss that killed me more than once, ran through every section in the game, got invaded many times, have a win rate on my invasions by about 50 or 60%. The all-out magic builds, they can straight delete you if you get hit. But with this build, once you hit most players once, they're dead. Because this is what you do. You just spam light attacks, and this works on players too. So once you hit them once, if you have a full bar of stamina, if you get that first hit when you have near full stamina, they're dead. So it's a very good PvP build as well. Depending on the enemy type and the armor, not even min-max, just hard cap maxed, you're looking at 1,000 damage on the lowest end, but generally more like 1,500 on the lowest end, and damn near 4K to just over 4K on the high end. So this build puts out very good damage. And all it really is throwables, which you get infinite of. And it also gives you the range, so you can attack targets way the fuck out there. So we're going to be running one of a couple weapons. Ideally, if you really just want all the damage for your throwing and you're not really using your weapon, you just want a weapon as a stat stick, then the Carry-On Nightstaff is really good. It comes in at a very low weight, 6.5. You don't have to put any additional requirements because we're scaling on strength and agility anyway. You do have like the Putrid one too. It has to be a polearm though. So you have this one which scales a little higher, especially when you get late game, if you want a weapon that actually does damage as well as a hammer that does insane damage. You have the choice of the Putrid polearm as well. And there's a really light one, just slightly lighter, but then you have to put into Infernal. It's not really that much lighter, so personally I recommend the Carry-On Nightstaff. Now your shield, especially starting off, you don't have to get crazy, but once you have the weight capacity, you might as well just go with the Shield of Whispers. The 50 weight shield is not much better, to be honest, and it weighs 10 pounds more, which means you sacrifice on armor. The Shield of Whispers blocks everything anyway. Like, I'm standing in front of New Game Plus bosses, second to last boss, literally blocking everything he has, and just taking the slightest bit of stamina damage, the slightest bit of wither damage. And the nice thing is, because you hit so hard with the hammer, you could actually have like half your HP bar plus fucking wither damage. One hit with the hammer, you're back to full. Like, a charged attack will basically bring you from 1 HP full bar wither damage to completely health again. So it hits so hard, which is really nice, and you don't have to play close quarters. You just have to land the hit. So it takes a little bit of getting used to with the lock-in and everything, but once you get going, it really is beast. So the only two throwables that are really useful is the hammer, that's your damage, and the javelin of protection, that's your infinite heals. So whenever you want to heal out of combat, and once you get good with the tactics, you can actually heal in combat sometimes, especially like when you get like 10 of the little zombie dudes, you can actually just throw a couple on the ground, or you can throw them at the dudes a couple times. Stick the dudes, and then you go where their bodies were, and then you fight the rest of the battle right there, and you're being healed more than you're taking damage on the hits if you do take hits. So basically this is just infinite heals. So you got damage and you got heals. So we're gonna get into all the build, just going step by step right now. So on the Carry-On Nightstaff, your 3 runes are gonna be increased throwable damage and range, increased throwable damage and range, and yes, increased throwable damage and range. It does stack. This is tested. 3 is better than 1. Also, for our shield, we're doing stamina regeneration, stamina regeneration, stamina regeneration. 3 is better than 2, 2 is better than 1. Now, alternatively, you could take 2 stamina regeneration and 1 health over time if you really want. But I'm recommending 3 stamina regenerations. Armor, you just obviously want to go with the most defense that you could probably use for your current situation while still having a decent shield and the staff. For our amulet, we are going to run the Warrior's Claw. Now you have one other potential one, which is the one that boosts charged attacks. The problem with that one is you actually kill you kill all the swordsmen, you kill all the big dudes, you kill all the bosses by spamming light attacks, not charged attacks. The light attack is going to be 90% of what you throw. The charged attack is going to be about 10% of what you throw. So we actually want the 10% extra damage and 10% bonus defense on physical as well, versus bonus damage on charged attacks that we're just never using. Next, we're going to take an additional 10% with the Slinger's Rain. And we're going to take, I think this one is actually 20%. This one's huge. This one gives a really nice boost. It's like 200 extra damage versus not having it on at the end. So definitely want this one too. You're generally going to be at full health like 90% of the time anyway. So this is a huge damage boost right here, this ring. And quick access, I mean, you can run whatever you want. I beat the game on New Game Plus fucking running nothing but the heal. Like, just nothing. And let's get into the hard caps. So, your true, real hard cap, when you really, really want to stop putting in for the moment, is 76 on strength and 56 on agility. Now, when you're starting off, you want to go back and forth and keep putting into what's giving you more damage. Definitely probably going to be strength at the start. You also need to be boosting your endurance a little bit so you can throw more, and your vitality. You need 0 radiance. You need 0 infernal. Definitely cap your damage before you go any higher on endurance on 60 or any higher on vitality on 60. Endurance just gives you shit returns after 60, so I mean, honestly, that'd probably be the last thing you do. Just taking vitality now for a little bit extra weight, because the diminished returns now have reached the true hard caps on strength and agility. So it's basically almost not worth adding into them versus taking a little bit of extra weight. There is one other thing, because I did have the video up for it, but everybody who didn't see that, I'm going to show you. Now, this is very late game that you acquire this. So when you reach the second to last boss, right before you fight the final boss, and if you miss this, don't enter New Game Plus. Go get this before you start New Game Plus. This is kind of must have for the infinite throwable build. So, you know what? I can't show you the location because this is New Game Plus. I do have the video on my channel, and I'll link that. But really quickly, let me just show you what it is. We're going to be running Lydia the Numb Witch. So I have that video on my channel location. It's not called Lydia the Numb Witch. It's Infinite Throwable. So if you search that on my channel, you'll find it. And then I run increased healing efficiency while in Umber, and increased Wither regain when Umber. Really not too much needed, this last one, with how much damage the knife does, but it basically also means, regardless of how much wither damage, even one light attack is going to boost you all the way up. You could take more resistance or something instead in the last one, but I do feel the healing efficiency is really nice because you're already at that state where you don't have a safety net if you die, so might as well get 25% more healing efficiency. But definitely go get this one before you enter New Game Plus, or you can't do this build, and this build is fucking OP. If you like the video, leave a like, comment, share. It helps others find the video. I hope this helped.